So, in the last video, I explained how we solve the knapsack problem using the dynamic programming. Okay, so there the drawbacks is so we are having several sub problems. Okay, so we have solved all the sub problems and we get the solution. Okay, here to get the final solution, some of the sub problem is not needed, but even though it's not needed, but still we are calculating the values for the sub problem, so that will take some time. Okay, so what we can do, so we can avoid that. So whichever the sub problem is needed to get the output, so only we can calculate that particular sub problem. Okay, so first we'll see the top down approach. Okay, so what is the top down approach means? So in the top down approach, we won't store the values in the table. Okay, so if you are having the sub problem again and again, so we have to solve the same sub problem more than one time. Okay, so that time, so that method is not efficient. But in the previous method, in the bottom up approach, so once we got the solution for the sub problem, that solution will be stored in the table. So next time if you are occurring the same sub problem, we no need to recalculate it again, just we can retrieve the value from the table. Okay, so that time we can able to reduce the time. Okay, so the direct top down approach that is used to find the solution to such a recurrence leads to an algorithm that solves common subproblem more than once. So hence it is not efficient. This is inefficient. Okay. So in bottom up approach, what we are doing, it fills the table with solutions to all smaller subproblems. Okay. But each of them is solved only once. Solution to some of the subproblems are often not necessary to get the solution to the original problem. So that is the problem in the bottom up. So in the bottom up approach, the advantages is, so once the subproblem is solved, so again we no need to solve the subproblems again. Okay, but the disadvantage is to get the solution for the given problem, so some of the subproblem is not necessary, but okay, but even though we are calculating, that is the disadvantages in the bottom up approach. So how we can solve that problem? Okay, so the goal is to get the method. Okay, so that method has to solve only the subproblem that is necessary to get the solution for the original problem. Okay, so we are using the memory function method. So using the memory function method, so we are solve the subproblem that are only necessary to get the solution for the given problem. Okay, so here the method solves the given problem in the top down manner. Top down manner, we have to identify the method. At the same time, we have to maintain the table of the kind. So that would have been used by the bottom up approach. So here that is the combination, we are using the top down and then the bottom up approach. Okay, so initially what we are doing, so initially all the table entries that has to be initialized with the null symbol. Okay, to indicate that they have not yet been calculated. Okay, so if you are having that is n is equal to 4 and w is equal to 5 means, so we are having that is 0 to 5 and then 0 to 4 we are having. Initially all the values of the table values has to be filled with the null value, indicate that we are not calculated any sub problems. Okay, so now what we have to do, so whenever the new value needs to be calculated, if you want to calculate the new value, so we have to check the table first. Okay, so if the entry is not null means already some values there in the table, so we can simply retrieve from the table. Okay, so otherwise what we have to do, so we have to compute by the recursive call and then we have to record it in the table. Okay, so that is the concept in the memory function. Okay, so now this is the algorithm for the memory function knapsack. So here f of I comma j is equal, sorry, less than 0. That means we are having the null value. So initially you make the value as -1 in the table. So if f of I comma j is equal to -1 means, then we have to calculate. Okay, so if it is -1 means what we have to do, then we have to calculate it. Now we have to check the j is less than wi. that is the weight. This formula is almost the same like the bottom up approach. If the capacity is less than the weight mean, then we have to take I minus 1 comma j. Okay. Else we have to take that is I minus 1 comma j, then profit plus I minus 1 comma j minus wi. Finally, we have taken f of I comma j. Okay. So now this is the solution for the problem. Okay. The problem I already given in the dynamic programming video. Okay. So we are having 4 objects and we are having certain weights and also we are having certain profits. Okay. So in the dynamic programming approach, so what we are done, we have calculated all the values. Okay. But here what we are doing, so we are not calculated all the values. Instead of calculating all the values, to get the value 37, whichever the value is needed, only we have calculated that. You see here, this will be null, null, null. So the dash will be the null point. Okay. Okay. So now this will be the initialization part. Okay. So I told you initially you have to make -1 in the table. Okay. So you have to take I is equal to 1 to n. So that is 1 to n. Okay. And then j is equal to 1 to w. J is equal to 1 to w. So here I am not considered the value 0. Okay. So why we are not considered this value 0th row and 0th column means, so 0th row means there is no object. So 0th column means there is no capacity. So it will be 0. That will initialize later. Okay. So now we have to fill these entries. That is 1 to 5 and then 1 to 4. So we are taken I is equal to 1 to n and we are taken j is equal to 1 to w. So v of I comma j is equal to -1. Okay. So now we entered all the -1 value in the table. Okay. So now I have to enter the value 0 in the ith row and then the jth column. Okay. So now j is equal to 0 to w. So j is equal to 0 to w. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 0, 5. So all the value will be 0. Okay. So now I is equal to 1 to n. So this will be 1 to n. So now it will be 0. Okay. That is 1 to 0, 1, 2 to 0, 3 to 0 and then 4 to 0. The value will be 0. So this part will be the initialization. So now we have had the table. So in the table, the first row and first column, the value will be 0. The remaining values will be -1. Okay. So now I taken the example. So this is the example I given in the bottom up approach. So we are having the 4 objects and then for each and every object we have the weight and for each and every object we have the profit. Okay. So now I return the algorithm again. So if f of I comma j less than 0 means it will be the -1 value. Okay. So now we have to check j less than w weight of I and then value is equal to mf knapsack I minus 1 comma j. Okay. Else this part. Okay. So now I have taken for this problem, I have taken memory function knapsack 4 comma 5. Okay. So if I have taken that is 4 comma 5. So what is the I value? So I value will be 4 and j value will be 5. Okay. So 4 comma 5 the value will be -1. So if it is -1 then we'll come here. So j is less than wi. Now I is equal to 4, j is equal to 5. What is the value of j? J value will be 5. Okay. So what is the w weight? So weight of this object 4. That is 2. So 5 less than 2. If 5 less than 2 means what we have to do? This condition is not true. So if the condition is not true, what we have to do? So we have to take the second thing. That is maximum of mf of 3 comma 5. That is I minus 1 comma j. Okay. That is 4 comma 5. I value will be 4, no? So here that is I minus 1. So 3 comma 5 plus comma this value, that is the profit. So what is the profit of the fourth object? It will be 15. So 15 plus mf of I minus 1, that will be 3. So j minus wi. So what is the value for j here? J will be 5. Weight will be 2. So 5 minus 2, it will be 3. Okay. So now 3 comma 5 and then 3 comma 3. You know the value of 3 comma 5 and 3 comma 3? No, we don't know the value of 3 comma 5 and 3 comma 3. So this we are saying it is a bottom up approach. Okay. So the value we are stored in the table. So that will be the top down. Sorry, this will be the top down approach. The value we are storing in the table, that will be the bottom up. Okay. So now again we have to identify this 3 comma. So recursively we have to call it. So now we have to take this 3 comma 5. So 3 comma 5, I value will be 3, j value will be 5. Then j is less than the weight. Weight of the third object is 2. Weight of the third object is, sorry, 3. Okay. So now this condition also is not true. So now what you have to do, I minus 1 comma j, that is 2 comma 3, plus profit of the third object. Profit of the third object is 20. So 20 plus I minus 1 will be 2. Okay. Here j minus wi. J value will be 3. Wi value will be 3. So 3 minus 3, it will be 0. Okay. So now here also we won't get the value. Okay. So now again you have to calculate for 3 comma 3. So now 3 comma 3 we are completed. So for this 3 comma 5 we are completed. And then 3 comma 3 we are completed. So in that 3 comma 5 we are having 2 comma 5 and then 2 comma 2. Okay. So if you take the 2 comma 5, again I is equal to 2, j is equal to 5. The j value will be less than weight of the second object. Now you take I minus 1 comma j and then profit of the second object plus mf of 1 comma 4, that is I minus 1 comma j minus wi. J will be 5, w will be 1. So 5 minus 1 it will be 4. But still we won't get the value for this. Okay. Again 2 comma 5. After this we have to consider 2 comma 2. Again you take this 2 comma 2. We'll have mf of 1 comma 2 and 10 of mf 1 comma 1. So till here we won't get the value. Okay. So after 2 comma 2 again we have to consider the 2 comma 3. I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3 and then j less than this weight. Okay. We'll take this formula. Okay. So here also we won't get the value. Okay. Next after 2 comma 3 we are having 2 comma 0. So if you take that is 2 comma 0, what is the value? I is equal to 2, j is equal to 0. Now j is 0 less than weight of the object 2 will be 1. So this condition is true. If this condition is true, then we can take only f of I minus 1 comma j. So I minus 1 comma j will be value 0. So 2 comma 0 the value will be 0. Okay, so that we can take it from the table. That is 1 comma 0 the value will be 0. Okay. So now we have to consider, that is after considering that is 2 comma 0, we have to consider 1 comma 5 and then we have to consider 1 comma 4. So if we consider 1 comma 5, so what will happen? That is we are having maximum of, see here, that is I minus 1, that is 0 comma 5 comma 12, that is the profit of the first object, that is 12, plus memory function I minus 1, that is 0 comma j minus wi. So what is the j value? J value will be 5. So what is the w value? That is the weight of the first object. Weight of the first object is 2. So 5 minus 3. So weight of the first objects will be 2. So 5 minus 2, the value we are having 3. So 0 comma 3. Okay. So now you see here. So 0 comma 5, the value we are taken from the table. 0 comma 5, the value will be 0. Okay. And then 12 plus 0 comma 3. 0 comma 3 also the value will be 0. Okay. So now here 0 comma 12 plus 0. So 0 comma 12. What is the maximum value? So maximum value will be 12. So now f of 1 comma 5, the value will be 12. Okay. So same way you have to consider first f of 1 comma 4. So I value will be 1. So j value will be 4. Now j less than weight. So weight of the first object is 2. So now this condition is not satisfied. So now we have to identify maximum of I minus 1, that is 0 comma this j value 4 comma profit of the first object, that is 12, plus mf of that memory function of I minus 1, that is 0, j minus wi. So 4 minus 2, it will be 2. Now 0 comma 4, the value will be 0. 0 comma 2, the value will be 0. So 0 comma 12 plus 0, 12. So for the value f of 1 comma 4, we are having the value 12. Okay. So now you see here. So here we are having, first we are identifying 4 comma 5. So I have taken 4 comma 5. Then 3 comma 5, 3 comma 3. Then 3 comma 5, 3 comma 3. Okay. After that 2 comma 5, 2 comma 2. 2 comma 5, 2 comma 2. Then 2 comma 3, 2 comma 0. Then 1 5, 1 4. Then 1 2, 1 1. And 1 3 and 1 2. Okay. So after that we are getting the value we are taken from the table. Okay. So now we are considered the value for 1 5. We are considered the value for 1 4. We consider the value for 1, 2. So we have to consider the value. After considering this value, so what we have to do? So we have to go back up. And then we have to get the value for 2, 3. What is the value? 2, 2, what is the value? And then 2, 5, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now you see here. So in the bottom up approach, we are considering all the sub problems. Okay. But here what we are doing, so we are considering only this many sub problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sub problems we are considering. Okay. So see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are considering only the 11 sub problems. So the remaining sub problems we no need to consider. Okay. So why we are not considering, but this is not necessary to get the output. Okay. So this is the memory function, knapsack problem using the memory function. So first what we are doing, we are having 3 things we are having. Okay. So one will be, that is the top down approach. So in the top down approach, what we are doing, we are not storing the value anywhere. So whenever we are having the sub problems, we are calculating the sub problems again and again. Okay. So that is the inefficient. Okay. So now that will be overcome by the bottom up approach. So in the bottom up approach, what we are doing, we are making the table. So in the table, what we are doing, we are storing all the values for the sub problem. Okay. So whenever if you are having the sub problem again, just we are retrieving the value from the table. So using this method, then we can reduce the time. Okay. So in the memory function, what we are doing, so in the bottom up approach, we are solving all the sub problems, whether it is necessary for the solution or not. Okay. But in the memory function, what we are doing, whichever the sub problems is necessary to get the solution for the given problem, so we are considering only that particular sub problem. Okay. So using this memory function, so still we are reducing the time. Okay. So this is the concept of the knapsack problem. So the knapsack problem, that is we are solving using the dynamic programming. So this will be the maximization problem because we have to get the maximum profit. Okay. So the constraint is always the weight of the object is less than the capacity of the knapsack. It should not exceed the capacity of the knapsack. It should be less or equal to the capacity of the knapsack. Okay. So the algorithm is very simple. So just we have to check, that is ij less than 0, and this we have to check with the weight, and then we have to check whether we are using this formula or we are using this formula. Okay. So this will be the initialization part. So first you will initialize the value with 0 to everywhere, and then we have to initialize the value -1 to everywhere. Okay. So -1 value we have to consider from 1 to n and 1 to w. So the first row and first column, that will be written with the 0 value. Okay. So the next thing, that is the Bellman-Ford algorithm. So that we'll see it in the next video.